Afternoon, YouTube modeling community. Steve here with you, back at the Lakeside Screw Ups Scale Workshop. Anyways, guys, just a little shout out today, little hollering. Thought I'd spin around the cave here. Couple pics I want to show. Charlie Mac, it's mostly for you to show you what's on the bench, and for Pappy, you can at least let everybody know what's on my bench today. Anyways, we're dealing with the Magic Pond, as always. I've pulled out the old 31, started working on it since the other Ford's in the bath right now. I've got some pieces done. As you can see, the other day when I showed you fenders, they were completely covered. Well, there was primer and purple and clear coat. It's all coming off. There's the tailgate. We got her all knocked back down again. A little custom piece. I wasn't going to show any of that. There's my little custom piece I built because the tail lights hang off the sides of the bed, and the license plate just hangs funky down on the frame rail, so I thought I'd incorporate everything down in a nice little transitioned tail end. But that's that. I'll show you the color I'm going to be working with. Well, I've got some of the colors, but first of all, I got a little shout out from my nephew, Alapaka, baby boy. He's in the Navy. He's a communications analyst for the most part of the title. He does more encrypting and decrypting and virus creating, secret world Navy shit. So, but he's gone through a little bit of BS out there in Virginia, and I'm glad everything worked out for you, big boy. I talked to your mom, I talked to your uncle, and they both say you're doing well. I haven't had a chance to talk to you myself because of the inconsistencies, but glad everything's working out. Okay, we'll see you soon, and we'll get drunk as skunks. Okay, so I guess first of all, little Joe, thought I told you I'd do a little vid. I've got the Springer over here. Gave up a lot of toys when I started my business. I didn't have a lot of money, so all the toys went. Jeeps are gone. Performance Elco is gone. My last ride was the Heritage. Beautiful bike, rode like Cadillac. I'm a small guy, and that thing was just too big for me anyway. Not enough ride time in anyway. So I gave it up. The Springer is my blueprint for my retirement bike. And I'll spin that around and show it to you. And Jeff, I'm going to show you the DM600. That's kind of the primary thing I wanted to discuss today. And little corrections. It's still early in the morning, guys. The other morning, and I was commenting on one of the statements that was made about when I was dealing with the seats inconsistency or the seats indecisions for the truck. And I mentioned venture buckets, and Benny over at Fubar, I believe it was, mentioned that, hey, bench is the way to go. You can't cuddle with buckets. And I said, yeah, you're right. And I said, unless they're Nash seats, and Nash seats lay back and let you do what you want to do. Well, I had a buddy of mine call me on it the other day, and he says, hey, bro, what's up with the Doug Nash seats? I looked at him like he had three heads. I said, Doug Nash doesn't make seats. He goes, yeah? Well, that's what you said in your video. And once again, I looked at him like he had three heads. I said, I didn't say nothing about Doug Nash seats in my freaking video. Doug Nash never made seats. Nash Motors made Nash seats. Nash Kelvinator or Kelvinar or some crap like that. Anyways, that was Nash Motors. Doug Nash is was, God rest his soul, he was a very famous strip runner. In fact, one of his best things I can remember was his quarter-mile ride. What the hell was that? Bronco Buster. You guys want to put out a model? I'd love to see somebody put out a model of the Bronco Buster. I would probably just destroy it trying to build something that pretty and that cool. So, but there again, I don't have the parts, don't have the time. So if anybody wants to build his Doug Nash's Bronco Buster, I'd love to see it. But I guess that's about it. Yeah, I went back and looked at the video, and sure, sheep drops. I said Doug Nash, so I'm making the correction right now. Doug Nash never did make Nash seats. Nothing to do with it. He made gear trains and really nice transmissions. He was a hell of an engineer and a driver, but did not make seats. So, having said that, corrected that, I'll go on with the rest. Anyways, can you see here? I pulled the 31 back out since the other one's in the pond. I've gotten some little parts here. These were coated in some paint and I didn't like the color, so they ended up in the pond too. Now I've got those back down and working on that. There's a lot of flash on this particular one though, and I mean, I've noticed some of the other guys, Peter, Lazy Eyed Modeler, and see, Wayne Osborne, you guys had kits that were similar to that, and I don't know, these don't look too bad, but around these rims and stuff there was a lot of flash, and these little wire spokes are really just tenacious to try to work with without breaking them. So that was his first one. This is the worst one I dealt with, and that thing had more flash than flash. So yeah, that's what we're working on, just so I can feel like I'm doing something on a damn Ford and pull that out of the archives. But I guess I'll spin you around. Let me spin this around, show you what else is in the pond. We're working there, but we'll get there. First of all, we got little kitties down there. My brat cat likes to get up in my mix. There's our new color we're going to be working with. That's actually, let me see here, where's the best color? You can't see. Lighting sucks in here, guys, so see if I get a color on there. It ain't gonna come in with a crab. But anyways, there's the cherry we were looking for. Okay, Ron, Styrene Junkie 73. It's not gonna come in with a crap either. That is my Alaskan hauler. Turned it into a military hauler. Built the Huey Iroquois. It's got some really bad decal issues. Even laying the gloss underneath them and then trying to coat over the top of them. These just really hazed. Half of them are done and half of them aren't. I just gave up. That was the same way. I don't know if it was a paint. Maybe I should have washed it down, but I had some issues with my Apache too. But anyways, back in the day, this originally opened up when they first fabbed this model. And then they repopped it years later and they closed the doors off, so I had to reopen them up, and you can't obviously see details. So anyways, that's that. Front doors are all there, fully detailed inside. Yeah, got my rays, got the springs and everything holding airlines just like you would. I mean, I went a nice extra mile on that, and it just still doesn't show her the crap. Fabricated in plate so I could run the oversized load. Got an Iroquois sticking out with guns hanging out all over the place on that thing. It's just wicked. Anyways, all right. Show you what we got in the pond. Jeep doors. This is my Jeeps. That's what's in the pond. That is the chassis upside down, or the, yeah, that would be the chassis upside down. Been playing a little bit. Some parts are ready, some parts aren't. She's getting there though, guys. It's a Magic Pond. Always works. In fact, I've got to freshen up my fluid. In fact, I had to go to a smaller pond. It's been so long since I've had to actually use the pond that my last one cracked on me, so I poured fluid in it, had everything going and soaking in it, and went out to check on it in about an hour, and half my fluid was on the ground, so I've had to go to a smaller pond. Let's see here, where else can we go? Jeff, for the truck build. This is why I didn't get in the truck build. Here's one. Yeah, love my refrigerant, guys. Tons of it. Let's see here. This is a big Boonsky inspiration, and that's as far as I've got. But that one's already semi-started, so that didn't really count for your build, Jeff. And then, of course, let's go over here to the stash. You got that zoomed down a little? Yeah, you do. All right. Let's see if I can zoom it in. Okay, there's the DM600 I was talking about. I want to kind of build that and mock it up like the Rubber Duck. You guys remember that? It's an old show, Chris Christopherson, old movie, I should say. But this doesn't have a sleeper on it. I'm really looking for a sleeper. There's a tanker to go with it. Just, you know, I can mock up the bumper. I just need a sleeper for that thing, guys. In fact, anybody who might have an extra sleeper they're not worried about, I've got some pretty good donor kits here. And of course, the lighting's not going to work. Anyways, I've got some donor kits. If somebody wants to comment, I'd really appreciate it. If somebody's got a sleeper they'd be willing to give up, I'll trade for something or I'll buy it from you, whatever. I don't have a lot of availability on resin stuff and whatnot. I'm sure I could find something, but let's see, there's the Kenworth And there's the auto carrier for it. That's going to be on the slam, and I'd like to stretch that an extra car length too, but I don't know. We'll play that by ear. There's the old Jeep Beast, the RC truck. Everybody's got to have an RC truck, right? Yeah. It just sits here just like my bike would if it was sitting out in the carport, so getting nothing done with that. But see here, crappy day. Took the day off, guys. Just having really bad last couple of days, so. Yeah, my wife's over there coloring, and
hi guys.
yeah, there she is. Anyways, Joe, there's a worst picture I could give you of the Springer. It's not really good, but I don't take it out of the case because it's just so damn fragile. But that's my blueprint, and it's a pretty sweet little ride. It's one of the cleaner ones. But I guess that's about it. I got cut off of my YouTube yesterday because my channel went to, or my video went too long yesterday, and YouTube called me on it. So blah blah blah, whatever. But there you are. There's pieces. Last time you saw the fender, it was all screwed up. There's my little custom piece. I got a tonneau cover. It's still in the pond, and haven't even gotten, like I say, because the pond's so small. There's my cab, and see, it's really not. Jesus, can we even get any? Can somebody give me some decent lighting?
You want a flashlight?
Not a chance, no. But believe it or not, guys, that is pearl white. And it's got red and gold pigments, and it was really more than I was looking for. I wanted something more silvery. So, oh yeah, as soon as I start talking about models, look who pops up. But anyways, the cave is still a mess, completely unorganized because of everything going on, blah, blah, blah. But just so I didn't feel like I was letting everybody down, I'm still working on a Ford, guys. This is going to be Hunter Green. We've got pics of it. My wife likes the Hunter Green. Well, it's supposed to be Brewster Green if it's done correctly. I'm not worried about it that deeply. I like the Hunter anyway. It's got a little more green than Brewster. It's got just a touch more blue in my opinion, or maybe it's a gray. But I'm going to go the Hunter Green. I'm going to go the bright red wheels. It's the one my wife wanted. It's color she wanted. So, and Wayne, I am going to be picking up that hot rod version. And I've got a really nice pick of that. In fact, I'm going to be using the same color for that entire truck when I get it. For this one, this is just going to be the fenders and some interior pieces. And then, of course, the body and whatnot's going to be white. So there's a little beast just sitting there doing nothing. And I think I'm 12 minutes in, guys. All right. This is Big Steve. And for the moment, I'm out of here. Y'all be good. Keep building. And we'll see you next time. All right. I'm out. Peace.